Gibbs, ref, touch in this game for him. And now the poke pass is good from Johnson. Maybe not good enough. Tough one to mark, obviously. Murphy. Back to Johnson. Bumped off the kick. Ball in.
Well, I think Greg Bentley just took his eyes off the footy at the point of impact. It was a good little chip kick threading the needle from Chris Johnson. And Bentley just fumbling the chest mark.
No holds!
No holds, as you heard. Barlow wrapped up. Did he dive on it? Russell wrapped him up and he gets away with it. Ed Barlow. Umpire said a couple of pair of hands on it.
Actually had an air swing with the hands as he tried to pick it up between his knees.
Hampson with the knockdown. Jack. So Shaw got it from Barlow. Gives it up to Bevan. And they're away again. Hanbury. Goods.
Under pressure, but it was a good kick in the end from young Daniel Hanbury.
Okay.
He knew what he was doing.
Comes from footy stock. His father Matt played 32 games for the Dogs, and his uncle played for Collingwood and the Bombers.
He can run, they tell me, Dwayne. Very, very good engine.
Yeah, just the 32 games his dad for the Bulldogs, so not enough under the father-son rule. As Vez Primi kicks a dangerous ball. And Grundy couldn't take the mark, but Barlow comes up with it.
There's kick.
O'Keefe on the second grab.
There is a kick from Ed Barlow. That is a cracker. But gee, the Vez Primi kick, the intention was right. I just don't think he had the leg to actually get the kick across the top of the corridor that he wanted to.
Tell you what, Jason, the Blues need to get a lift from somewhere. They're getting beaten around the packs.
Quick play on, Ablett. Can't
no
take
push.
the mark. No push. No holding the ball. No worries.
They're 3 points in front, but they just appear to be struggling at the present time, the Blues. They got off to a great fly, as we know. Fev looked in really good form. Judd was in good form, but since about 15 minutes into the first quarter.
Kirk, he spins it around the body. Big pack. Thump through. Margin reduced to 2 points.
I think where people expected Carlton to dominate the game was through the engine room, and that's not happening at the moment, Jared.
No, around the clearances, the stoppages, the Swans are definitely holding their own, if not winning over the last 30 minutes.
The Fab Four at the moment being beaten by the old Rolling Stone in Kirk,
They are.
Jude Bolton, and some of the Premiership midfield that has served the Sydney Swans so well.
15-10 the clearances in favour of the Swans.
Long kick, no mark. Carazzo tries the big long handball. Hanbury in game one. Sees it out. He'll get another ball in. Still going to school, Daniel Hanbury, Xavier College in Melbourne. Meant to spend the whole year at school this year without playing for the Swans. He hasn't been living in Sydney. But they said, you're due. 5 games in the reserves. He's looked all right, and he'll have to go back to school on Monday. Houlihan. Gibbs. Fisher can't get there for the mark, and they are under extreme pressure, the Blues, even though they lead by 2 points at the moment.
Just on the back of that little shove that we saw from Hanbury, and you mentioned Lockett. When I was playing for the Swans, Merv Nagel was wearing number 4.
Right.
It's ingrained in the jumper number,
There
isn't
is
it?
something about the genetics of that jumper.
Luke Ablett getting help to his feet, as you saw on screen as well. So we'll get Lee Colbert to check on his condition. Get another ball up on the wing. Good crowd in here at Etihad Stadium. I know the importance of this one. Luke Ablett up and maybe okay. He is a tough soldier. Free kick out of this, and it'll go to Judd. Being held by Kirk.
Almost a Bronx cheer from the Blues supporters.
I don't think it was for Juddy.
It was for the umpire.
I think it might have been for the men in green.
Yellow.
Yellow.
Yeah, or lemon, as some Carlton fans would say right now.
Let's have a look at Luke Ablett coming into the ball. Oh, he's just run in and hit the side of his cheekbone on the head of Ryan Houlihan.
Goods doing some ruck work. Houlihan couldn't cut it off.
46 disposals more, the Swans.
Barlow, O'Keefe. Good shepherd, Matner, as he gave it back to O'Keefe. And now Bevan heads wide with it. Tough ball. Good climb and a good fist from Hartlett. Cruiser. boundary line, ball in.
Now, is that deliberate?
No, not enough Swans fans here to call for it.
Terrific result from Carlton, though, because Cruiser was one out. And the only players downfield were 2 or 3 loose Swans defenders. That's a great result.
They'll go at it again. Cruiser and Jolly. Nice palm down to Bird. O'Keefe, Judd with the smother.
Well, Juddy needs a chop out. He needs a genuine lift from around him. It's not going to be a one-man show today. The Swans are sharing the load, and he dead set needs half a dozen of his colleagues to lift their work rate and give him a help out.
A couple of teeth might be displaced there with Ablett. As you saw, getting some work done to wipe some blood away. 28 plays 26.
He's going straight up the race, Luke Ablett. He's getting just some gauze, and I think he's got a couple of stitches on his lip there, Dwayne.
Okay.
How are you seeing it, Colby?
It's an amazing battle. The Swans obviously are all over them at the moment, and Gibbs, as you mentioned, just can't get in the game.
Betts had enough of it, but not enough in the end to be paid the mark.
And how long do they persist
free
with
kick for the Blues?
being a loose man, finding no footy? Surely they've got to change roles.
And it's been all about Adam Goods being a presence across centre forward has created that. It just hasn't been able to get into the game. So he's going to come up the ground very, very soon. Actually, he's coming off Bryce Gibbs, so probably a chat and then go back out.
Almost got one by default here, the Blues. They paid in the back against Mattner. He's just fallen into the back of Andrew Cratto, and just need to be a little bit smarter to try and turn him as he tackled him.
Carazzo from 48. Hits the post. Second time the Blues have done that today. Lead out to 3 points. He's got Smith in the middle. He goes further back to Craig Bolton, who's still got Smith and uses him now. Opportunity for Barlow. He can thump a long ball back inboard. Craig Bolton bangs it to the square. Goods is down there. White, Goods, good backing back mark to Fisher.
It was, and he got great assistance from a couple of his teammates that used their body to keep Adam Goods and Jesse White out of the marking contest.
Carazzo. Blues hanging on by their teeth at the moment.
It was great work there by Brett Thornton to defend. Jesse White, much bigger man, but he bodied him, used his experience and kept him out of it. And I think out of that, Jason, you'd encourage White just to get on the lead, because that's where he looks more dangerous.
It's interesting that Fev's having to push up almost a half back to get on the end of a couple of kicks.
Yeah.
Bauer. Back pocket.
They've manned up well, Sydney.
Short. Simpson. Plays for 50.
Lucky not to get it.
Crowd getting a little restless at the moment. Carazzo. 3 points the margin.
They don't ping Adam Goods a lot, the umpires, Jared.
For protected species, I think it was called by Lee Matthews.
I can't believe he didn't get pinged for 50 then.
High bomb. Good fist from O'Keefe. Hits the deck. Houlihan takes them on. Hartlett looks up. Favola says, give it to me long. It's short. Craig Bolton dropped the mark. Caught by Betts. No ball free. Favola tucked into the pocket. Left it behind. Barlow. He's wrapped up. Had a prior opportunity. Ball comes out. Houlihan. It's a throw. Gee. Out of jail there, Sydney.
There are 2 dead set free kicks there against the Swans. Here's one of them. That's dropping the ball. That was a shocker from the umpire. Swans a bit lucky there.
So Craig Bolton bounces away from defence, breathing a sigh of relief. White, Mattner. Ted Richards short. He won't get anywhere near that.
Well, he had to make a late decision, Marty Mattner. He was going to bomb it long over the top, and then all of a sudden Ted Richards changed the lead from the long one to straight at him up the line, and he tried to pull his kick late.
Grigg bangs it high, hoping for the leapers, but that's a good, strong mark from Marty Mattner. In fact, it's Grundy taking that one to Bevan. And now Craig Bolton. Kirk. Bolton in the 1-2. O'Keefe. Pushing to try and take this lead by half-time. Lachlan edged under it. Goods. Thornton. Thornton did well. Dragged down by Goods. He pulled the ball with him. O'Loughlin steals it. Toes it short. Past Johnson. White spins around for the lead. They're in front.
Big Jesse.
He's got 3 and they lead by 3.